This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
See, in red it says Alex. In white it says the Ramble. Therefore it must be Alex with the Ramble. We go here until midnight tonight. And thanks for joining us once again, ladies and gentlemen, as we do another edition of this little thing we do, which is totally frustration. I'm starting off the show differently tonight than I normally do. Normally I play an interview with somebody or whatever because I'm lazy and I only want to do an hour's worth of programming. But seeing as this is the last show of the year, because starting tomorrow we take a week off and we won't be back until after the new year. After, let's see here, what day are we back? We're back with our Monday show on the 3rd, and then we'll be back here on the 5th, okay, if all goes well, and I feel like I want to do it. But I thought I would spend the last show of the year just doing what I used to do, which is talk for a little bit. And I just don't, the reason I don't talk that much, I used to do these rants that went on for like, I don't know, a half hour at a time before I got to the callers, and then I replaced those with the interviews I was doing because I was getting to feel as though I didn't have that same ability I once had. You know, you could just hand me a microphone and say, you're on the air, and I could start talking, and I could talk for 4 straight hours without a single caller. I'd always come up with something. Excuse me, my nose is itchy tonight. Oh, it isn't one old man thing after another. Okay, anyway. So I kind of decided that, so I kind of went to doing the interviews because I was getting pretty lazy about these things. And I also didn't feel that I could talk for any great amount of time any longer extemporaneously and have anything important to say. So here I am attempting it tonight on the last show of the year. And if you want to call, we'll start taking calls as soon as we get enough callers waiting in the waiting room on GabNet, on Zoom. See, there's what I'm talking about. I just don't have the ability I once had to talk extemporaneously for any amount of time. Plus, I look damn ugly. Okay, I was looking at myself today. I was looking at my video of one of our shows the other day or something, and I went, God, why am I even allowing people to see me at this point? I mean, I got into radio because I didn't look too damn good, and I certainly had a face made for radio, as the old saying goes. And so I always did radio because I felt that radio was the best way for me to kind of create an image of myself, but without you having to see me, and then you could believe whatever you wanted to believe I was. Well, as time went on, I did TV, I did a lot of other things, and then my pure ego of doing this made me go to a video format here also because I could. I mean, I've thought about many times doing away with the video portion of this show and just going back to doing a live audio podcast. Okay, but I don't know. I figured as long as Zoom is there and as long as I have the ability to do it technologically, well, why not just go ahead and do it this way, right? But I just got really lazy, and I didn't feel I had much to say. And as you can tell now by me just talking to you, I have nothing to say, you know. Just sit here and drink my coffee and, wait for the 15 minutes to pass by, and then I'll take callers. But if you want to start calling, and I get enough callers on Zoom, I will start taking calls early tonight. I noticed that Charlie Wallace is there. Some guy named Jerry D that I don't know if I know Jerry D, okay? But maybe I do. So, yeah. But a few more, and I'll go to the, I'll put up the citizen panel just so they can listen to me rant. I was thinking about what would I talk about tonight, and it's the last show of the year, and I guess we should talk about the year that's gone by. And we thought that last year, at the end of the year, we were going, oh, thank God 2000 is over and done with. We're just so happy it's over and done with because we had this whole COVID thing, and we were stuck indoors, and we were afraid of catching it and then dying, okay? And now here we find ourselves at the end of 2021 going, God, I'm glad 2021 is over. Man, it was terrible. You know, we thought we were out of the woods. You know, we thought, wow, we were home safe. All right. We had it made. We got that vaccine in us and we were good to go. I know how I felt when I got my first shot, and I knew that I'd have to get 2 shots before I then was ready to boogie. But then in February, I got my second shot, and man, I'm walking down the street proud like a strutting rooster. Okay, hey, I've got I'm COVID free. They can't touch me. I've got that turned out not to be true. Okay, so now we have to go get the third one. So I get the third one, and I got 3 of them in me, and I'm walking down the street like the cock of the walk, you know, going, hey, look at me, I'm protected. I don't have to worry about COVID. Forget it. Here comes Omicron. Then they do this whole deal where they're saying Omicron, boy, it's going to be terrible. It's been infecting all of South Africa, and we don't know what it's all about. But, you know, it's another variant. And to us, a variant now means something new and horrible, okay? But it wasn't something new and horrible. Turns out now that Omicron is not as dangerous as Delta was. And that, in fact, if you get Omicron and you aren't vaccinated, it'll probably be like a bad cold for most of you. But still, get vaccinated. Then you won't even get it to that extent. So anyway, you know, it's been another one of those terrible mixed message years. The only thing good about it was that we inaugurated a new president. And then he turned out to be a lox. So, you know, it's... Who knows? You know. I was hoping, you know, that Biden would come along and correct all the things that went wrong with this country under Trump. And what we didn't realize is that somebody else could be just as bad as Trump as president, but not be the same kind of asshole. All right. And what we didn't like about Trump was his assholeness and also the ineffectiveness that he did nothing as president. Well, Biden's getting nothing done as president too. And it's just so frustrating. God, you know, and I don't have many. Look, I just had my 82nd birthday. All right. And I ain't getting any younger. Yeah, I love that saying. Of course, nobody gets any younger. We all get older, and the clock starts ticking away, and eventually mortality becomes something that we become very aware of. And so, you know, it starts ticking away. You wish you had more time, but I'm beginning to think to myself, you know, I'm afraid of death, and I don't want to die, but God, I don't know if I want to be here for the next 20 years to see what happens to this country, what happens to this world, because quite frankly, we're not in a good place, you know. And on top of that, the planet has finally decided we're assholes. The nature has decided, fuck you, we're gonna like show you some bad stuff now because you didn't take good care of this planet. And so we get the forest fires, and we get the tornadoes, and we get the this, and we get the that, and we got the plague, and nature is saying, hey, look, one day you're going to be like the dinosaurs. You're not going to be here any longer. And we waved goodbye to the dinosaurs, and we saw them go, and we've seen other people come and go, okay? And So long. See you around. Goodbye, people. Well, we'll give you a few more tornadoes and some starvation, and we'll give you some other kinds of problems, so that you're just not going to be able to live on this planet very much longer. So I don't know that if I live to be another 20 years, if I would see that happen. But but I'm not going to live to be 100. My mother did. Everybody goes, you'll live to be 100. I said, why? Your mother lived to be 100. No, she lived to be 100 because she was too stupid to die. My mother just had no concept of dying, okay? And one day she just decided, she was 100. One day she just decided, I'm getting tired of this. I'm not going to eat anymore. And so they couldn't feed her. She wouldn't eat. And they said, well, we can force feed her. And I said, well, come on. She's calling the shots now. She's saying, I don't want to be around for a while or anymore. And she stopped eating, and slowly she died, and we lost her at about 103 quarters. And I remember celebrating her 100th birthday, and, I don't think she even knew what it was, to be honest with you. She had dementia. She didn't have Alzheimer's. She had dementia, which is, not very good in and of itself. So, but anyway, so then I'm the other negative part for me is I turned 82. I wish I were younger, but then again, if I were younger, I just don't know if I would be able to do what I'm doing right now, because I love doing radio. There was nothing I enjoyed more than radio. Radio as a medium, to me, was one of the greatest mediums ever invented. It was better than movies. It was better than television. Yeah, it was radio. And I loved radio, and I loved what it represented. But there is no radio anymore. You got these people who own radio stations, and they're putting on programming there, and they're wondering why. Because radio really doesn't exist anymore. And I could give you 1,000 reasons why radio is better than the internet, but I'm not going to go into that. Do you remember? I'll give you a good example. Do you remember you had a radio, and you remember you turned on the radio and there was the program, and no matter where you took that radio in your area, you could pick up that program, and you didn't have to have what was called bandwidth. You didn't need to have, like they say that when you're online now, there's one stream for every one person that's listening. Okay? But with that, there was just this thing, it just splayed the signal out. If I invented the internet first, and then I came up with radio, you'd say I was a genius. Okay? And that we had come out with a better way. So, anyway. Let me see here. We got a couple of people waiting to come on, so why don't we do it anyway? Do it early tonight, because I just I want to talk to people, and so here comes Charlie, and here comes Josh, and now there is another guy here, which I don't know, but I'm gonna take him. His name is Jerry D. And I don't know if we had him on before. Do we know Jerry D at all? Hello, Jerry. Are you there? Jerry? Are you there, Jerry? He's not there. See? So let me just let me get rid of him. And we'll say make host, no, I don't want to make him a host. I want to get rid of him. Put in waiting room. I'll put him in the waiting room. Get rid of him. Anyway, so I put him up there. I got to get rid of that. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Josh. Here we are. It's the end of a year, right?
Yep.
Did I sum it up okay?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. It has not been it's another terrible year. It just,
but the COVID numbers are almost where they were a year ago.
Yeah, they're almost where they were a year ago, and one thing we don't have that was killing us a great deal was Trump. Okay, and that's a good thing, because what a douchebag. Just a major douche. Am I being too nasty about it? No, I don't think so.
Nope.
So, anyway, how would you sum up the year, Charlie? Got any summation for us?
Well, it was a little better for me because I actually did get back to work in July. So, financially it was a little better than last year.
Yeah. But
But you're right. It's second year in a row that it's just been horrible.
yeah. What do you think about this year, Josh?
I mean, it was okay. You know, I mean,
I love you. It was okay.
it wasn't great.
Wait,
But I
you start
mean-
off by going, it was okay, and then you say it wasn't great, and then you launch into a whole bunch of stuff that was terrible
No.
about it.
I mean, nothing really. I mean, I did things that I wanted to do this year, despite
Mm-hmm.
everything going on. I'm not gonna keep going on with this for years and years and let 4 or 5, 6 years go by and we don't do anything. I mean, so I just take care of myself and do what I can. We're just going on. I mean, I would think a lot of companies out there, including mine, had to finally kind of get right with people financially and everything, given the state of the workforce and stuff. So there's a few positive things that came out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. I mean, overall, so I guess personally, it hasn't been, too bad for me at all, but collectively as a country and stuff, I'm certainly not happy with where things are politically and everything. I definitely think, we've taken a step back in that regard,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Mm. By the way, everybody, I'm going to remove this guy, and it's going to make a thing come up here. Yes, remove. Okay, remove him. Okay, there we go. Well, I'm removing him, and now I'm frozen. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh,
Always
there we
something.
go. Oh, there we go. Now we're
There you
okay.
go.
Now, see, something came in the front here, and don't report it. I don't want to go through all of that. I can't just remove somebody. I got to have a thing coming up going, sure you want to remove them? Yeah, well, I hit remove because I wanted to remove them. And then the reason it froze is it was waiting to come up with something that says, do you want to report this? No, I don't want to report it. I just want to get on with my goddamn show. Without all these things coming on in the front of my picture here. Anyway. So I've been sniffling all day. I don't know what it is. Yes, Jeff. I can't hear you, Jeff.
Muted.
You're muted, Jeff.
Now I'm unmuted.
Yeah, now you're unmuted. You'll learn how to do this eventually. Yeah.
I know how to do it. It'll only take me about 5, 6 years. You know, be really good at it. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know why, but I wake up in the morning, I'm sneezing like crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's something out there. There's something out there. Oh, here comes Alan. Yeah. We all know who Alan is, so that's not a problem. Hello there, Alan. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good. I was almost afraid there for a moment I was frozen
Yeah.
and that I would have to reboot everything and screw up the whole program. But
I actually watched the show with the four of you on for a couple minutes because I was eating a burrito and didn't want to do that
yeah.
online, and you didn't look frozen on this side.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
said I heard you say that you got rid of somebody and then you froze up temporarily, but it didn't look like it.
Well, because I start
I'm
getting
gonna
all these
suggest on
messages. I start getting all these messages from Zoom. Are you sure you want to remove him? Yes, I do. I didn't hit remove because I didn't want to remove him. Just allow me to remove him without making a big deal out of it.
I know this is going to be a strange thing, but maybe Zoom has never heard of Alex Bennett and knows the power that he has.
Who?
Yeah, who? Alex Bennett, who?
Who?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I got to blow my nose. Again, no, I don't want to admit him. See, and then I'll hit remove. No, I don't want to hit remove either. I'll just not bring him in. Although, I'm wondering. Should we
Is it
try him?
Larkin playing games again?
Should we try him one more time?
Up to you.
Okay, let's see. Hello, Jerry. Are you there? Jerry? Are you there? Okay. Put him waiting.
There he is.
Oh, oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Hello, Jerry. Jerry, you got to hear the audio. Now I've seen him before, right?
What happened to Alan?
Oh, I lost Alan. Here we go. Admit Alan. Did I dump the wrong guy here? I guess I did. Hello, Alan.
Hello again.
Yeah. Glad you called back. What, I threw you in the waiting room, right?
Yeah.
That's because I pressed the wrong button here. And okay, Jerry, are you there? You've got to turn on your. Let's see here,
Microphone.
Well, Jerry doesn't have a microphone there. Well, no, he is. Wait a minute. Let me put here. Let me see here. No, I got to make. There's a thing I can do to get him to. No, I don't want to mute him. Oh, that's Josh. I don't want Josh. Where is Jerry? Here we go. All right, okay. Let's see. Put in waiting room. Remove. No. Rename. No. Spotlight for everyone. No. Stop video chat. I just want to tell him to. Okay. Here we
Nod your head, Jerry, if you can hear us.
Can you hear us, Jerry?
Not much.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna spend the next part of the whole year. Oh, asked to unmute.
Now muted.
Okay, mute.
Unmuted.
Asked to unmute. Here, wait a minute. It says asked to
Now it's
unmute.
muted
There we
again.
go. Now we're trying to unmute him. Okay. Now asked to unmute. Okay, I'm pushing the button that says asked to unmute, and he doesn't unmute. Are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Hello? Jerry has now got his mic on. Have you got your mic on, Jerry? But you haven't got your audio on. You can't hear me.
Yeah.
Huh? You can't hear me.
You muted me when you unmuted him. That was fun.
Well, no.
Yeah, I just unmuted myself.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't.
You guys
got,
didn't hear me say that. Hey, Jerry, we like your haircut.
He
You
hasn't
no
got his
response.
audio going, so I don't know. I give up. Yeah. Hi.
All right,
Yeah.
bye.
Right.
Hi.
Yeah. You can hear us? Can you hear us? No, he can't hear us, and he can't talk to us either. Oh,
He's not muted, but we hear nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. You can hear us? No. Oh, I'm through with this, Jerry. I can't do it. All right.
Hi, Jerry. See you next week.
Yeah, not next week. We're not doing a show next
2
week.
weeks.
Let me see here.
2 weeks.
Let me see here. Where's Jerry D? And then I go more, and then I'm going to go put him waiting. I'll put him in the waiting. I'll put him in the. Oh, wait a minute. Did he just
Came on for just a second.
He
just
came
as
on
you
for
got rid of
just
him.
a second. Okay, here we go. Let me admit him again. Let me get him back here again. Let me view this as a gallery. I don't know what happened there. Hello, Jerry. Can you hear us?
I hear you.
Okay,
No,
now
we hear you.
There we
is.
go.
There he is. Well, that was nice. Thanks, everybody. Good show tonight. See you later.
See you next year.
Yeah. How does it feel to have it happen to somebody else, Jeff?
Oh, it's the summer. Okay.
I love you, Jeff. You know that. You know that.
Stop picking on Jeff.
Anyway,
Yeah, you can.
Jerry, how was your year?
I can hear you.
You can't hear me. Oh boy.
Happy 2022.
Yeah, happy 2022. But you can't
See you
hear
in
us.
2022.
Why
I
can't
think
he
is
hear
what
us?
I'm
Do you
saying.
figure? Do you guys have chat? Maybe you can chat with him and ask him to turn on his speaker.
Okay, we'll try that.
We're going to spend the next hour
Yes.
and a half. You know, I don't. I don't really need to do anything at the beginning of the show. I don't have to talk. I can just go to the phone the thing, and we can try and
just
solve
sent
some
them
of
a
the
message.
technical
Turn on your
problems for
speaker.
a half hour. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us, Jerry?
Well, he saw the message.
I hear you.
You
Good.
can hear us.
I hear you.
You hear us. You can hear us okay now.
I hear you okay.
Oh, you can hear us okay.
Ooh,
I can hear you okay.
All right. All right.
that's
Anyway,
good.
Jerry, what kind of a year was it for you? Oh boy, I can't put up with
Apparently,
this.
it goes in and out.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Fuck's sake.
Huh?
I don't. I mean, learn how to operate fucking Zoom or what? I
It's
mean,
easy. If I can learn, anybody.
Yeah. Well,
can
I don't
learn.
want to have to take how many hours here doing the show?
Right.
Take the
We
whole show
tried.
trying to get
You
somebody.
know, like
on.
he said, see you in 2022.
Yeah.
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 That'll give him time to read the 2 pages on how to work Zoom.
See you next year. Let's see.
Well, there's not much to work in Zoom.
That's
Yeah.
my point. 2 pages.
You know, they've made it pretty easy. They wanted it so any moron can do it. You know, not that I'm calling Jerry a moron, and not that I'm
Just
calling
the rest
Jeff
of
a
us.
moron. What?
Not anybody else. Right?
No. Anyway, so anyway, I don't know. I was just thinking that this has been again. We thought that the end of last year we went, oh, thank God, 2020's gone. It's over with. It's done. It's toast. This will be a great year, And the next thing you know, and the first thing we did out of the shoot was, I think, early January. I did my first COVID shot. You know, that was a good news. Off to a good start. Got my second shot. Off to an even better start, as I said.
You were actually behind me. I got my second shot February 8th. So
Yeah.
You would.
Wow,
Well, you
Wait a
remember why?
You're older than me.
No,
You're
they
in New
somehow
York?
they
I don't
schedule
remember.
at those days they were scheduling you in for a date. Let
Yeah.
me turn up my mic here so people can hear me better. For a date, and they did me 5 weeks after the first shot, so that's why.
Oh,
you
that's
know.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But I'm, I was okay. I came out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
So Phil was talking about Paul Jung, who listens to the show.
Yeah.
A really nice guy. Him and his wife both got COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Phil mentioned that he got COVID on the show last night. They are double vaccinated with Moderna,
Yeah.
but had not got their booster,
Oh,
and they
okay.
both got COVID. So, I guess this booster is really like the people were saying. It's very important.
It's important.
Yeah. 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 You didn't.
Paul's getting better, and his wife's on her way to getting better.
You waited till later in the year, didn't you, Josh, to get yours?
Yeah, I think it was September or something. Yeah,
What took you so long? I can't remember. You just
didn't give a fuck.
That's my guy, Josh. That's why I like him. I didn't give a fuck.
Not
It's
really.
very laid back where he lives.
Well, how about you're at your paint company? How bad was it there? I mean, did you get a lot of people coming down with it, or what?
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it wasn't, terrible, but last year I had it on the team of people that work for me. About half of them had it on the one side of the building that worked for me, and then just a few weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
I lost a few guys to it on the other side, so it kind of came in groups.
When you say
And
lost,
then
when you say
that's what's that?
when you say lost people to it, you don't mean they died. You just lost
No. They were just out. I mean, they had got symptoms and positive tests, and then out and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so that's my departments that I oversee. Plant wide, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, 150 people that work there.
Yeah.
Let's say 25, 30 people maybe.
That's not
You know,
bad
so I
at
mean,
all.
I don't know if that's above the average of this
Yeah.
population or below or what. I don't know, but I mean, and that might even be a little high. It wasn't. It wasn't really, really bad or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it didn't go through and affect, you know, everybody or anything. I'm actually, I don't know, man. I think of my entire department. I think I might be the only person that never had it. To be honest with you,
Really?
most of the people that were affected were people that worked for me. So I don't
Mm.
know. Maybe I fucking had it and gave it to everybody or something.
You could have had an asymptomatic case.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not sure, man.
Most people don't die on it. It's just that so many people have it that the numbers are so high.
But I mean, I don't think it was. It was probably somewhere around like 15-20% or something of our staff, you know, or our employees. It wasn't real bad, and you know, thankfully, it didn't get like the entire, like the leadership staff or anything like that. I mean, because you know, they're a little bit lax with the regular employees about some of the stuff because of the job stuff they do, but like with the staff, they were real strict about, you know, meetings, having the mask and all that stuff. So I mean, it never seemed to get out of control there.
Yeah.
You know, and in the area that all those guys live in and where the site is, there for a while was pretty high. So I don't, just kind of anecdotally, I don't see that we were like well above the population or anything. It was just you know, the averages. I mean, it was a real headache though, you know, there for a while. I mean, when you got, you know, 4 or 5 guys working one side in a job and, you know, suddenly you're without 3 of the 4 or 4 of the 5, it was a little rough there for a couple weeks. I mean, I guess if you ask me how the year was, I mean, I'm tired. I mean, like, I'm fucking exhausted. I mean, I'm, you know, I mean, as a matter of fact, after the first of the year or whatever, I mean, I think I'm going to have a day or two off when things settle down that, you know, like they're just going to have me stay home because just, I mean, when I lost all those people, I mean, I was just doing their jobs. Cause I mean, we have some people to fill in, but you know, I mean, they still got to make what they got to make. They can't give me everybody. So we just had to survive. I mean, I'm loading trucks, unloading trucks, moving trailers. I mean, it's just chaos all day. Cause you know, you should have 5 guys and you got 2, but they can't stop, you know? So
Well, the other people,
tired. I think a lot of people are tired.
the other people on the show are retired. You could have called us, Josh. We would have come out and helped.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so I mean, I think that's what a lot of people probably are, you know, when they say they're tired. I mean, yeah, I know they're tired of COVID and, you know, the rules, regulations, the conversations, the changing every day, whatever. But I mean, I think a lot of people, that's the part that we maybe forget about a little bit, is a lot of these places that lose staff, you know, they still have a job to do, a company to run, that kind of thing. So someone still has to do that work. And, you know, a lot of the jobs in places like mine are, you know, you could have worked there for 10 years and always worked in different jobs. You can't just go over there and start doing that other job instantly. I mean, it takes time and training. So the people that you get, you just kind of having them do work that you don't have to, it's just, you're just tired, you know what I mean? It just wears you out. I mean, mentally, and then, you know, you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you go in before 6, you work till 5, 6 in the evening, you come home, you go to sleep, and you do it again, you know, for like a whole week. You know, and then the next week, you know, you get a guy back, and another guy's out. I mean, it just wears people out. So I think more than anything,
did anybody at your place of employment die from COVID at all?
No, we didn't have anybody.
Did any of them wind up in the hospital?
I think maybe of all those cases, man, I think maybe like 2. maybe. And I had heard, but I don't know. I'd heard that we had one employee that was pretty daggone sick and was on a ventilator for a while, but he did not pass away because I did not hear anything about that. And he works in a totally different area than I do for the quality control people. And he was retiring anyway. He only had like 2 or 3 weeks left to work, and he got sick and he went out. So now he's never coming back because his retirement date was up. But I heard at one point he was fairly, in sort of rough shape for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most of the other people just had your typical, type of case where they were sick, really wearing them out,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, but not really hospitalized or anything like that. I mean, I know my boss had it, and he was pretty damn sick for a couple days. But I don't think he had to, but he didn't have to get hospitalized. But he said it was like, he was like on the verge of it. It was just, he was just, exhausted. I mean, it was just, it was not like people say, it was not the regular flu or whatever. I mean, it was a very, very bad case of that. So luckily, everyone seems to have pulled through pretty well.
Okay.
I don't think we've had much here lately.
Okay. Anyway, by the way, Alan, do away with that background because
Meant
your
to
head.
do it last night, but you took us off the air before I could do anything.
No, because your head disappears. I mean, just do away with that. It's such a the background thing that they have, unless you have a green screen like I do here.
Yeah, I
so
don't.
Is so bad, Oh,
The only
look.
time it's fun watching you is when you drink out of a clear bottle and it looks like you're holding the liquid, Alex, instead of the bottle.
Look what I have though. I have a shadow now. See that?
Yeah.
You do. How about that?
Yeah. I have a
Are you
shadow.
sure it's yours?
Yeah, no, it's a shadow. Yeah. Anyway, here's something that amazed me. Every day you find out that you didn't know something, and you go, "Why didn't I know that?" Who is the richest man in the world? I mean, excluding Putin, who may be the richest man in the world, but we don't know.
Isn't it
I
Elon
thought-
Musk now?
You are absolutely correct. It's
What?
Elon Musk. He is worth $224 billion.
Is that more than Donald Trump?
Yes, from what I hear.
Trump
I hear
may
it's
be a
about
poor man.
224 billion more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, $224 billion. He's way ahead of Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Where did all that money come from?
Just most of it's come in the last 2 years since COVID.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, what was it? I thought he just made that car that didn't do that well,
Yeah.
and that he had the space thing,
Yeah.
which has got to cost a fortune. But apparently he has some other stuff.
He's got some investments that are paying him lots of dividends.
I'm sure.
Now
Like
here's
stock in this
a great
company.
thing. We got what's her name, Elizabeth Warren,
Mm-hmm.
who is my new favorite douchebag, and I'm going to tell you why. She came out with this thing about Elon Musk, and said that I just don't like giving money to people who are billionaires
Yeah.
and have billions of dollars and don't pay a penny in taxes.
That's Elon.
No, it's not. Elon came out the other day and said, "Here's my tax records. I'm paying $12 billion in taxes this year."
But he made over 100 billion.
But
That's okay. At least he's paying his fair share.
how much did Jeff Bezos pay? And he's a billionaire. And how much
I'm sure he
did
paid a
Bill
lot.
Gates pay? And he's a billionaire.
How much did Trump pay? We'll never know until we get
Yeah.
his records.
All I'm saying is she should lay off Elon Musk because at least he's paying $12 billion in taxes.
Right?
So I mean,
So you always like to give correct news here. So I'll make a correction. At the egging of of the person that told us. Last night, Phil said
Yeah.
that Biden thanked Trump for helping
Well,
get the vaccine out.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent me a.
Of course he did. I'm sure he sent everybody
Yeah,
on the
sent it to
panel.
me too. Yeah.
Was that true?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Biden thanked
I
Trump.
did say it.
Okay, but so
He was trying to
Bill
point out.
Bill was right one time out of 1,000.
Well,
I
he
mean,
no,
you
he
know,
was. The thing was that what Biden was trying to do was make the point that COVID is not a political thing,
right. That's right.
and that he wasn't going to make it a political thing by blaming Trump for COVID, but rather giving him credit for helping get the vaccines going.
And he did. Trump did help there.
Yeah. So
So that's okay.
that's to Biden's credit.
Absolutely.
But
But Trump. But Phil spun it towards
I
Trump's
just
credit.
think Elizabeth Warren spoke a little too soon. I mean, at least he's paying $12 billion in taxes. Now you say, of course, he has $224 billion. That's how much he has. That's net worth. That's not how much he made last year he would pay taxes on. If he's paying $12 billion in taxes, he's paying more than most billionaires pay because they find ways to weasel out of it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. He was not born in this country. If I know the story correctly, but they say he's very patriotic, and he believes in paying taxes. So I think Elizabeth Warren owes him an apology. Well, we're waiting, Elizabeth.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I mean, come on, go after Bezos. Fucking Amazon didn't pay taxes for years. Forget about Bezos himself.
But how much of his not paying taxes were write-off? Building buildings, distribution, all that kind of stuff is a write-off to a business. And ideally, if you can get more write-off than you owe in taxes, just like anybody in this country.
How much business do you think Amazon does every year?
More than any company in the world, probably.
Probably. I know that anytime I don't go out anymore to buy stuff. I buy it on Amazon.
Yep.
I bought something the other day that cost $3.75 and they shipped it to me.
Yep.
I'm trying to see the smallest thing I can order. Maybe you can do some homework during our time off and find the smallest item I can buy on Amazon that they have to ship to me. If you can find something under $1, let me know.
Okay.
Because I would love to get something for under $1 that costs them like $3 to ship.
I have my Amazon Prime. They'll tell you how much you spend weekly.
Yeah.
And so this month I'm down to $2,700. So for the month.
You're down to $2,700?
Yeah, on Amazon Prime.
What do you mean you're
I
down?
I buy most of my stuff that way. I get toilet paper. You go to Walmart, look at their price. They want $25 for X number of rolls of the stuff that I like. And then you go over to Amazon, and they know that you've been to Walmart somehow, and they give you exactly the same price, and they get it shipped for free.
What's your favorite toilet tissue?
I like Cottonelle.
You like Cottonelle? Why do you like?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the wet stuff?
No, it gets wet. No, I like it. It's a premium toilet paper. I used to think Costco's brand toilet
Kirkland
paper.
is. We use Kirkland.
Yeah, well, the trouble is my finger goes through it too often.
No, I never have that happen. Never have that happen.
Really? So you get the Kirkland model with the fiberglass built into it,
Yeah,
right?
right. But here's the thing. Marjorie used to get, what was it? What's the other kind that they have there? I'm trying to remember. There's
Charmin.
No, not Charmin. That's
Scott.
Scott. She used to love Scott. The only trouble with Scott was it's ruining the planet. Okay? Because not only is the toilet paper made out of paper, but they wrap each individual roll in paper.
In paper, yeah.
So now you got to take that paper off. And I said to her, come on, and she's at an age where she doesn't want to try anything new. But one day I said, You really should try the Kirkland. Nah, I don't want to try the Kirkland. No, I'm used to Scott. I'm happy with it. I've been using it for years. And I'm going, oh, God. Okay. All right. So now we're out at my business manager's place in California. And I notice what they're using for toilet paper. So I kind of don't tell her for a bit. And I'm going, how do you like toilet paper you're using here? She says, oh, it's very good. Feels terrific. That's Costco's Kirkland brand. And since then, we've been doing Kirkland. You know?
You probably get a sheet of it every time you sit down for dinner to remind you that you told her.
No.
No.
But I mean, I like Kirkland.
I could. When I find something I can't get you a gift that I want to get you, I'll send you a case of Kirkland.
Oh, just send me some more dude wipes. I'm running out of dude wipes.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
I actually just sent them to a buddy of mine in Palm Springs. He'd never heard of them. He got a good chuckle.
Yeah, I'm running out of dude wipes. I got to like the dude wipes.
Actually, the dude wipes, you can get a single pack, I think, for under $2. I was looking last night, and I think a single pack for under $2.
There's only one problem with the dude wipes. The individual pieces don't come out well. You pull them and like 3 of them come out at the same time. You know, they got to do a better job of packing them dude wipes.
I get Amazon wipes, non-scented, fragrance-free, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a pack of the dude wipes, and I would swear it's done by the same company.
Why would
one dude wipe out and you get 3? You pull one of the Amazon brand stuff, you get 3.
Yeah, but why? Answer me this one. Well, Cottonelle is better because they seem to work better that way coming out. But why would they scent these things? I mean,
I don't know.
Do you bend over and smell your ass? I mean, why
no,
do you
but
scent these things?
I get contact. I use free and clear laundry detergent because if I use laundry detergent that's got scents in it, it makes me itch. I have contact dermatitis, like a lot of people.
You're a mess, aren't you?
I am. It's part of being Jewish.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, but okay, I'll make it a point to send you more dude wipes.
Yeah.
But have you run out of monkey butt powder yet?
No, I haven't run out of monkey butt powder. But thank you for sending it to me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, that's, when
every now and then I get something in the mail, and it's something strange, and it's like monkey butt powder.
Well, I thought you sent me as a payback. I can't figure out who sent me the Dianox urine test strips that I got last week that I told you about.
That's probably Brian.
Probably. I don't know who.
What are those test strips to find out if you have blood in your urine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do always.
That's why I figured it had to be somebody on the show.
I always have blood in my urine. So I've had it for the last 20 years. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 cystoscopies later, I decided to just live with it,
One of them was enough for me. I had to have 2.
Yeah, no, I
think they enjoy doing them. It hurts. It's uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
It's like they stick this 4-inch tube down your.
Let's not get into it.
Okay.
We've only got 28 people watching tonight. We don't have very many calls.
That's pretty good for only having 4 members. 5 of us on here altogether.
Yeah, well, usually
if Phil Meyer got on, I mean, we'd probably pick up more people.
Yeah, well, we could use a few more callers. Anybody out there that is interested in calling?
Go ahead, Phil. Call in.
Oh boy, I can imagine. We're going on a break for almost 2 weeks. Okay.
So I understand you bought a new monitor. What brand?
Anyway, let me finish what I'm saying. Then we can get to the next thing. That's the way this usually works, Alan. Now I forgot what I said. What I was going to say. Oh yeah, we have 2 weeks, and I imagine I will come back at the end of 2 weeks, and there won't be anybody here. Nobody will call.
I'll be here.
You'll be here.
Be here.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll be here. What day are you starting back?
I'm starting back on the 5th. I'm doing the Monday show next Monday. I'm continuing to do the Monday show because I like the Monday. I really
Oh,
like
well,
it.
maybe I'll get on the Monday. Are you doing the Monday show next week?
No, don't call the Monday show.
Oh, well, no, that's my birthday.
Don't call the Monday show. Happy
Okay,
birthday.
I got it.
I wish you a happy birthday now. Don't call the Monday
Okay,
show.
good. Thank you. I won't call the Monday show because I got to get up too damn early to go
Yeah.
get on the one. It's 1 o'clock here, and
You wouldn't fit in with that mix. Jeff does. Charlie does. Josh never calls it, so I can't say whether he does.
I agree with you, Jeff. You're muted.
Monday is the best.
Actually, on that show, Jeff actually talks.
Yeah.
I can talk
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of competition. There's people in the house that like to talk and make noises. Did you imagine that?
Yeah.
I'll send you some these ties that are like wire ties, Jeff, but the cops use them to tie people up quickly. You could. They call them flex cuffs in the police business. You can flex cuff everybody, and they won't make noise when you're on the show.
We've been joined by Brian Neary, by the way.
Don't call the Monday show.
Oh, there we go.
Charlie's talking about me, everything, but you know what? I just called just to tell him, don't call the Monday show. Okay, bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Bye. That's
I
it.
thought you were gonna fess up to sending.
No.
Yeah, you probably sent. Alex thinks you sent me these.
I
stupid
didn't think he
strips.
sent them to you. You said so.
No,
Urine-
I didn't say. Somebody said Brian.
What did they, urine strips? What did they detect?
Blood, all
Urine.
the different things. 10 things here.
You pee on them
Leukocytes,
and it said
nitrates, pH, blood, all that kind of specific gravity, ketones.
Are they like ketone strips?
Well, the ketone is one of the.
Because
One
I
of the
had
little-
I had those when I was doing the low carb diet. They say check your urine and the ketones. So you have to pee on this strip, which is it's not. It just doesn't appeal to me. And you pee on the strip, and then you wait for it to turn blue.
Right.
And then if it turns blue, you're in perfect ketosis. And I never got into perfect ketosis. And you're supposed to get into good ketosis in order to lose weight. But I was losing weight anyway, so why did I have to pee on these goddamn strips? So I threw them all out. But maybe who I wonder who.
Maybe you weren't supposed to urinate. Maybe you were supposed to stick them on your tongue.
Maybe somebody's. Have you been on a diet lately, like a low carb diet or no? You couldn't possibly be on a diet. I speak too soon.
Talking to Brian or
I'm
myself?
talking to you.
Oh,
Oh, Brian's been on a diet. He's lost.
Brian.
weight.
Brian was flexing his muscles with his shirt
Look
off
at him. Look.
on Facebook the other day.
I was listening to the show while I was packing, but I'm waiting for the boss to approve my outfits for my Vegas trip.
When's the Vegas trip?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. And you're going to be gone for how long?
Till the 28th.
Till the
Isn't the
28th.
positivity rate like 20% there?
I don't know, doctor. Tell me.
I don't know either.
Okay.
It was a few months back ago. It
Well,
was
it's
one
like
of the high spots.
28th. You're going to be there how many days?
Like 4 or 5 days, I guess. 5 days.
Boy,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I used to have to spend 5 days in Vegas because I worked these trade shows. I was a hooker. No, I worked these trade shows, and 5 days, man. After 5 days, I couldn't stand it any longer.
Yeah, we'll be there 4 days. But yeah, hold on 1 second.
Close the door.
Oh, he's
So
going
when
to
I
say.
used to party in Vegas,
And it's
speaking
like
of strippers, no. So no, but when my friend and I used to party in Vegas, I know you said the same thing before. And three days, we would go for 3-day weekends, and it would be fine. There was only one time that we did a 4th day, and that 4th night, he and I were both in the room just watching ESPN all night.
exactly.
Because we couldn't move. another friend got there. Luckily, he went to the strip club to go pick up my phone that I left there that fell out of my pants.
Likely excuse.
But 3 nights is perfect. 4 is just over the top. Yeah.
So which of the 3 nights that you were at the strip club did you lose your phone?
The last one.
Oh, okay. That happens.
Oh, Vegas.
Hold on a second. I'm starting to get a cough. I wonder if I have COVID.
COVID.
Or a cold.
No, I think I've been having allergies. Jeff said he's had them too. The trouble is that allergies are 365 days a year now. Remember?
Well, go get your test and you'll know for sure that you don't have COVID.
I don't care if I have COVID. Let me have COVID. I don't care. I'll just get a bad cold. Yeah. So.
I saw you sneak one of your COVID tablets into your mouth.
Yeah. So anybody doing anything interesting for New Year's? You're going to be home by then, Brian.
Yeah. We'll probably just do something around here.
Yeah. Like what?
My friends own a couple small little bar thingies, so maybe we just go hang out.
What do you mean little bar thingies? Do you mean they own bars?
Bars, and they play house music, and so but my friends are DJs, so yeah.
Oh,
so
I see. Okay.
House music, is that like when your house is settling and the creaking noises?
Now you're taking your kids with you to Vegas, right?
Yes.
So what do you do with kids in Vegas?
Leave them in the room. No, my friends, they love food, so that's why I've been on diet for this week. So we're gonna go a lot of food places. We're gonna go see Jabberwockies, the dance group thingy, and then I think so we'll find stuff to do.
Are Penn and Teller doing shows yet again in Vegas?
Oh, I haven't heard it. I
haven't checked on that. Yeah, because a lot of those places have just been, Vegas was hit pretty hard.
Oh yeah,
and were you able to get a good deal on a hotel room there?
Yeah. My friend, we call him the cruise director because he goes and makes all the arrangements, and we just pay him.
Yeah, but in Vegas, what do you do with kids? Do they have places to go? Are there things?
Circus, and some.
No. But Circus. If you want to watch the acts, they're playing in the casino.
No, there's an area in Circus.
I'll never forget the time I went to Circus at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus.
And I walk into the casino, and up above me is this woman spinning around while a guy has what she's spinning around on clenched in his teeth. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I'm going, what point in your life do you wake up? What morning do you wake up and say, you know what I think I'd like to start doing at 10 o'clock in the morning? Get up there.
Some 150-pound woman in my teeth.
Exactly. What day do you make that decision?
I don't know. What hotel are you staying at, Brian?
Venetian.
I've never been there. I usually stay at Bellagio.
Yeah, I've been everywhere. Every hotel over there.
We bet.
Yeah, I don't even know which ones still exist anymore. It's Treasure Island still exist?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
And Bellagio, of course, still exists, and Caesar's Palace still exists. Yeah.
Hard Rock MGM is still there. Trump and
Trump?
They had the Trump one. They had him and what's his name? They had the Dick. Remember they had Trump went so high, and then what's his name? The other guy down there.
Steve Wynn.
Yeah, Wynn, and then Wynn built a hotel. And he built it just a little bit higher than his. Just to piss him off.
They don't like each other.
Wait a minute. So there's a Trump hotel in Vegas?
Yeah.
I thought all his gambling establishments pretty much went belly up.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They
couldn't pay me to stay at a Trump hotel.
No, not at all.
Just think of the dancers are probably called Trumplets.
Well, last time my business manager was in town, he said, we're having dinner at this restaurant, and it's a very famous restaurant here in New York. I can't remember the name of it right now. That's how famous it is. And I said, okay, where is it? And he gives me the address, and it's in the Trump Hotel. And I don't want to eat. I almost didn't want to eat there. And he said, no, this is a great, and it was a great restaurant. I had to agree with that. But, I just said, I don't want to walk in. It says Trump out there. It's scary. But anyway, so what? Any predictions for this year?
COVID will get worse.
Well, we'll hit 1 million COVID deaths by the end of January.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah.
What are we at right now?
813,000, and we're averaging about 2,000 deaths a day.
Jeez.
So we're
God, all those Republicans dying. I don't get it.
Yeah, they're all unvaccinated.
Yep.
So we're
You
what?
get a few that are vaccinated, but most of them are unvaccinated. Probably 98%, 99% are unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of my best friends, his sister, I talked about her a few weeks ago, but she went back into the hospital. She's been having complications, but she had COVID, and then they're just about to release her, and they found a hole in her colon. So,
Ooh.
so they kept her in, and then she left for a couple of days, and she went back in. So, but she's overweight. So, when we start talking about these numbers, you gotta start looking at the obesity rates too. Are probably pretty high with a lot of these people are taking, even if they've been vaccinated. She's been vaccinated, and when you're big, it's very, very difficult for your body to recover.
A hole in your colon, would that be caused by diverticulitis?
I have no idea.
Yeah. You could get septic shock from that.
Quickly.
Oh, wow.
Quickly.
Yeah, so she had to go back in, and she's been on and off ventilators back and forth, so it's pretty scary.
Wow.
Yeah, one of those sisters that was always hanging out with her brother, so when we used to go out to the club, she would always be hanging out, but she had cute friends, so I always let her hang out with them.
I was going to go to my sister's for Christmas, but she announced that her stepdaughter is bringing their 3 young kids who all have colds and are not vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why didn't she do the right thing and say she was staying home with the kids?
By the way, Ray, welcome
But
to
I'm not
Happy.
going.
Welcome to
Hello.
Welcome to Happy Talk.
Yeah, well, that's life.
Right.
That's life in the big city.
Yeah.
Are you at Hearst Castle, Ray, or what?
Yeah, no, that's that's actually the inside of Buckingham Palace where they
Oh,
live.
really?
Yes.
They don't have very big beds there, do they?
No.
Where the magic happens.
They probably actually don't sleep in that bed. I think it's
Oh.
just, ornamental.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Recreational.
Yeah.
And then I have another photo to go along with that.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't
Let's
believe
see.
this. I'm actually getting a shadow here.
Yeah.
Or I had shadow.
Cool.
I had it there for a second. Yeah. Huh.
Looks good.
Well, anyway.
What's
Yeah.
this? This is a picture of a woman with big breasts.
That's the bottom of Camilla. What's her name? The prince's second wife. Yeah.
Look like 3 boobs.
Why do you... Oh, and there we go. There's Tony.
Why do I have that? Because I was there was a play on Zoom that somebody was doing, and I was doing the graphics for them, and I was like coming up with different things to show them to see what they wanted.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, where's Tony been? We haven't heard from Tony in the last...
He was on the show last night, wasn't he?
Was he?
No, he wasn't.
No, it wasn't on last time.
No.
It's
My
about a
dog-
week ago.
Ray, my daughter, the 13-year-old, she had taken, she picked some electives, and she didn't get the electives, but she had drama. And
Yeah.
she said, I hate drama. I don't want to do drama. So this was last year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And now she's been in 3 semesters, and she loves it. Now she's like, she wants to do acting. She wants to do all this stuff.
This is your daughter?
Yeah, this is the 13-year-old.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's great.
Well,
Where'd she go to school?
She goes to school at Castlero Middle, and then she'll be going to Pioneer.
Oh, okay.
Here's my point. Once somebody gets into acting, what's not to like about it?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if it if it really speaks to you, you can't stop.
Yeah.
It's kind of like rock climbing, I think.
Well, I did acting for a while. That's
Yeah, I know,
before-
yeah.
Before I did radio, and I went
Behind
to
the
radio
Green
because
Door
I
was a
figured
big one.
I did okay. I was going to do okay in radio, and then if I did well enough, somebody had asked me to act, and
Really?
it never happened.
Oh.
You know?
She's doing plays that they did. This is the second one that they're doing, and she has 3 roles in it, and one of the roles is a screaming woman. That's the title of the roles.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Scream is
How many
screaming
times
woman.
have you played the Screaming Woman, Ray?
Once in a musical called Angry Housewives.
Really?
Yes, I had to dress as a woman and sing rock and roll and scream and jump around in circles.
Where's that background?
Oh, that's Transamerica. That's San Francisco.
No. So where's your woman background?
Yeah.
You.
Where's the back? Oh, that's so old. I think that was like digital cameras just came out. I have pictures, but they'd be all grainy.
By the way, I've just learned something over the last week, and I know that at my age it's a terrible lesson to learn, but I learned it. Never buy anything 4 weeks before Christmas. Because if you buy it a week before Christmas, the price drops precipitously.
That's what I've done.
Like,
Everything
the
was
green
way
screen
cheaper.
I've got here
Yeah.
cost me $169. You know how much
That's what I paid.
You know how much it costs now?
I don't want to know.
119.
What?
Yes.
I bought a cheapo that was like $120, and it was a piece of junk. So I sent it back and bought this one, like you have.
Well, I bought these 2 Mac Minis from
Yeah.
Costco because their price was $30 less than at Apple, and then they did $100 off because it was Christmas. So I got the
That's
thing
an
for a little over
extra warranty.
$500, right? So all of a sudden I'm learning my lesson, and there's something else I bought. I paid more than I should have.
The
Okay.
computer you got from Phil?
No. So anyway, I mean, I really am. I'm very. I've learned my lesson. Wait, over at you were asking me earlier about the monitor I bought. It's LG 32-inch
That's what I have.
high res monitor. It's the high. Is it the high res one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the 1080 by whatever by 18 something. It's the bigger
just
one,
saw
the
them on
24
Costco
something
for
by.
$179.
Huh?
I just saw them at Costco for $179.
No, they are exactly. Let's see here. They're they're actually $199.
Very nice.
I have a monitor that's for photography. It costs a ton of money, but it's incredible. It looks amazing. When I see it next to my other monitor, which is actually good too, it blows it away.
Yeah.
But I spent like $800 for it.
Yeah, but I'm beginning to feel like this old Jew though, because I'm buying these big ass monitors now. I'm buying 32 inches now. Why? Well, because I can see them better. You know. So.
Except it's hard to turn your neck.
Well, in the guest room, I have two 32-inch monitors now.
Wow.
One of which it doesn't have the higher resolution, but
Why don't you just get one 70-inch one for the bedroom?
why don't you shut up?
Well, it would make sense.
If the price gets below $1, I'll send you one.
But anyway, never buy anything. Never go out and buy anything now. I mean, look, the green screen, $119.
I can't believe that.
It's $50 less than it used to be. From that, did you get an Elgato?
Yes, because
Yeah.
it's the best.
That $119.
Maybe I'll buy it because I kind of want to be able to overlap them and have more. I'm serious. It's not wide enough.
Actually, you can buy wider. You can buy wider ones.
And I want one taller too.
But not from Elgato. The other companies were selling exactly the same thing with their own name on it, Exactly the same thing.
But I'll
for
tell
like
you,
50
I
bucks
ordered
cheaper.
one of those other ones, and it was garbage. I mean, it was like making noise when you pull it out.
No,
And
but
the
I-
Elgato was so much better.
But I looked at the other ones, and some of them
Oh,
were
okay.
just like the Elgato.
Oh, all right.
I don't think Elgato makes their own.
I don't know, but it's the highest quality. It's a high quality.
Are you
one, though.
folks out there enjoying this? Good. I'm glad.
Elgato, Spanish for the cat or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Los
do
Gatos.
pretty good equipment, though. The switcher I use here on the show that makes me go back and forth between stuff like this, folks. See, I can go like that. And I can go back to these guys. Well, it's all a little unit down here that they make called the Stream Deck.
Oh, that's how you do that.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. Pretty good.
It's so much better when you can do stuff with hardware like that than software.
Well, the
Software will mess up.
the software does it, but what it
Oh, I
does is it
see.
keys the software.
But at least there's a hardware component in there.
Yeah. There's a button. Yeah. Pretty good.
A green screen is like a projector screen that you lift up before you get on the
Yeah,
show.
in the old days,
This one is.
you used to put this up, and then they would show you like some thing in your school, like on venereal disease or something. You know. Didn't you love it when they used to bring in the day you'd go in to the classroom and the projector was up? None of you remember this, do you?
Yes, I do.
The
Yes, I do.
projector was there and the screen.
Yes.
And you knew that your hour was going to be watching a film, and that was okay because you didn't have to listen to your fucking teacher.
Yes.
I got in trouble in junior high. They set it up, and we had a female teacher doing sex education, and she said, you know, this is herpes. Can anybody guess what type of herpes? And I said, is that a picture of you, Miss Jones? And she wasn't happy with that answer.
Right. But anyway, so, I mean, it was a wonderful... oh, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think we have a special visitor here. I believe we have a special visitor here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Santa himself. Hi, Santa. How you doing this Christmas?
Pretty pissed off. The Niners just lost.
I saw.
They lost. I saw they came back.
You know
They're
that
playing today? On
Yeah.
Wednesday?
on that
Football every-
Amazon, that beard is
Thursday.
Thursday.
$1.99 right now.
Thursday night football, yeah.
This is hilarious.
Bad,
Ah!
bad fucking night.
This is great. Bad Santa.
Olive oil
Kids,
on
if
it.
you're watching this right now, Santa has become an alcoholic. So, are you getting ready, Santa?
Does it look like it?
Oh, wait a minute. Come on in.
Adrian.
Oh,
Santa Claus is
By the way,
Bring the kids in?
Kevin.
crap.
Oh, Brian. Before we go, Brian.
let me hide the booze. I gotta.
To say hi to Santa. She says, no.
Where's Adrian?
Hey, does she know?
Adrian.
She knows already. There's no Santa, right?
Who? No.
Oh, get Adrian.
Oh, she
Go get
thinks there
Adrian.
is a Santa.
I gotta talk to her.
Oh, well then, bring her in. Bring her in.
He's only 6. God.
She's gonna know it's.
No, just please play along with it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't shatter her
Well,
world.
well, she's gonna
I mean,
pretend.
God
too, so
knows.
that's okay.
God knows she's got enough time in life to be disillusioned. Okay,
Yeah, that's true.
you know.
especially living in
He's
San
probably going to
Jose.
bring her in kicking and screaming.
What's wrong with San Jose?
Nothing.
Where'd an old man?
You and I both live about the same distance.
I know. That's what I was wondering.
Nothing.
Well, I guess Brian wasn't able to get her to come in.
She says it's fake.
Oh,
Tell her to come pull on my beard.
does she know? She doesn't, you know.
I don't know. You know, kids talk. So
Let me ask you this, Santa. When you were working the job, okay, how many kids would pull on your beard?
Oh, all kinds. I don't know how many.
Yeah, I mean, was it? Yeah, and
Oh,
did,
yeah.
did they pull it really hard?
Yeah. They were testing me all the time.
Yeah, and they figured you were authentic once they couldn't pull it off, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The young ones.
Yeah.
The older ones said, "Oh shit,"
It's real.
What's
Some of them would go, "Oh shit."
What's the oldest kid you ever had come sit on your lap?
Donald Trump 2 years ago.
She was about 32.
Oh boy.
And we talked about the first thing that popped up too.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
You know, when my son was in kindergarten, they had Santa Claus come in, and it was this skinny guy who looked like he borrowed the Santa Claus costume from a regular sized Santa Claus, and it was sagging off him, and he had a ponytail behind the wig down, and his beard was over like a yellow beard that you could see underneath. And after that, my son never believed in Santa anymore.
Have another drink, Santa.
Yeah, it happens.
One of my favorite movies.
I had a neighbor next door. His kid was acting up, and I was coming back from doing a job a couple of Christmas Eves ago. Some lady called and said she wanted me to hand out gifts to a bunch of Mexicans at some hall downtown or something. She needed somebody right away. Christmas Eve after dinner, I went over there for an hour and collected her $200 and walked home, drove home. And the kid next door was acting up, and I was walking in the house, and his dad says, "Look, there's Santa." And I came over there, and I looked at him, and I said, "You better act up, and you better not act up. I'm not going to come to your house tonight." And he looked at me, and he's, I think he was 3 years old or whatever. He had the look of fear of God in his head.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Wow.
I said, "I'm not coming to your house if you don't eat shit and bricks." He went in the house, shut up. The dad said he was great. I got to get drunk last night. The whole bit. He said he was great the whole night.
How many people?
It does. Some of these kids, it really hits them. It's pretty funny.
How many people here, when they were kids, were told there was a Santa?
Oh yeah.
Really?
A little bit.
Okay. All right. Because my parents would never say there was a Santa. They just,
See, my kid doesn't do that either. He doesn't tell their kids that there's a Santa. So I can't even mess with my grandkids.
That's because when we were kids, Alex, we were spinning dreidels and stuff.
Well, I wasn't spinning dreidels.
How boring. Hanukkah's boring.
What do you mean Hanukkah's boring?
Well, it's not as fun as
now that you mention it, it actually is. What? What were you saying, Alan?
You get a gift every night. All 8 nights, you get a gift.
But it's something really cheesy and cheap.
Yeah, it's like, here's an orange. Here's a grapefruit. Here's a walnut. Happy 4th day. When do the good presents start coming? The last night they'll give you a good present.
I always get screwed on presents because Hanukkah and my birthday kind of coincide.
Oh, I never had a problem that way. I was a spoiled kid. You weren't an only child, right?
No, I got a sister.
See, I was an only child, and and you too, Brian. Then you'll agree with this, that when it was your birthday, man, they threw everything at you. They went out and bought you tons of toys, and then when it was Christmas a week later, more toys.
Not for me.
Yeah, my birthday's in November, so I'd get bam bam,
Oh, but that's no big deal. My birthday's 3 days after Christmas.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
When's your birthday, Brian? Mine's on November 8th.
Oh, mine's the 9th.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Santa?
What am I, like 30 years older than you?
Santa, you were kind of looking like you took a swig of that booze and it was pretty harsh.
Yeah, I think this bottle's been sitting around a while.
What is it?
It's 5150 tequila.
Jesus.
5150 tequila, I love it.
Now, why is it colored amber color? Is it?
It's a gold tequila. I think this is Kid Rock stuff. He makes it's Reposado.
Oh, okay.
He made some tequila down here in Hollister, I guess.
So
many years ago, and then came down here and made a white Reposado and some other stuff.
Yeah.
And we bought a 3-pack of it.
So just the people that don't live in California, 5150 is a that means you're crazy, basically.
Yeah, it's the code for 5150 on the.
You do harm to yourself or others.
It's not a penal code. It's a health care code, health and institutions code. And it means that if somebody's acting crazy, the police or a psychiatrist can take you in for observation for up to 72 hours.
So anyway, let's all feel sorry for Kevin because this is the only gig he could get this year.
Yeah.
You know.
And I got
On Gabnet?
book,
Yeah.
so that's nothing.
Check is in the mail.
Yeah.
Check's in the mail.
I'll tell you
Yes, sir.
something. You naturally make a great Santa. I mean, you don't have to do
Totally.
much. All you put is put the glasses on, right? And
What's that?
You put the glasses on and the schmata, right? The
Yep.
Santa suit.
I got no pants on.
I was going to suggest you went and got a kid, go get a kid in the neighborhood, but if you don't have any pants on, maybe that's not a good idea.
You know, the Me Too movement is not going to like you if you're acting up that way, Santa.
Yeah, well, tell them to come get me up at the North Pole then.
Yeah.
Go climb on my North Pole.
Yeah, I got your North Pole right here, kid.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you ever get together? Did you have a Santa union or anything like that?
Oh, what's that?
Did you have a Santa union at all?
There is one, I think.
There is one, but you don't belong to it.
No, I'm independent.
It's a guild.
Don't elves belong to guilds? I mean,
Lollipop.
huh? What?
Yeah, isn't the Santa Claus union ran by the Hells Angels? They all got the beards, right? No.
Oh,
Yes.
cut it out. Be nice. Be good. Any of you want to ask Santa a question? Charlie?
No. I'm an atheist, so.
Oh wow.
Wait a minute. Is Santa part of any religion?
No.
No.
No, but I'm a non-believer.
You're a non-believer. Well, I'm
Been
Jewish, so
watching X-Files too much.
yeah. So I don't watch. I was never big into Santa when I was a kid because my parents told me he doesn't exist. You know?
Santa, do you and Mrs. Claus still get it on?
I get Viagra in my stocking every year, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got your stocking right here.
That's right.
Listen, I want to wish you all a very happy Merry Christmas coming up. If that's the holiday you celebrate, but happy
Stay
holiday. What we
Stay
Jews,
safe.
what we send out is happy holiday greetings.
Yes.
Okay.
Happy holiday.
And so a happy holiday to all of you, and I won't be seeing you for before the new year is up. So have yourself a very nice new year, and I really want to thank you guys for being part of this. You've all been loyal and have cared about what I do here, and I really appreciate that. Especially the people who are constantly, like Charlie. All of you are the regulars. Josh, Jeff.
Jeff, they're giving away free money.
Thank you
I'll
too,
take
Jeff.
1,000.
Thank you too, Jeff.
He's not on mute.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and thank you, Alan, and thanks to Brian. Brian, have a good trip to Vegas. Ray, thank you for being here tonight and
You
all
bet.
the times you are here, and of course, Kevin, or as we know him tonight, Santa Claus. Thank you so much. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you as well, and we'll say goodnight to you. Okay, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get rid of the citizen panel here, and we want you all to have a very happy New Year. We're off for a week. We will be back on here with the Ramble on the 5th of January, but we'll be back next Monday for 4 o'clock for the Monday show, the pop-up show, and we'll be doing the pop-up show again on the 3rd as well, and then we'll be back here on the 5th. Anyway, have a really nice New Year's. We'll have some Christmas programming tomorrow night and over the week programming here on Gabnet, and We'll see you right back here the first week in January. In the meantime, as always, you know, if you see her, tell her I love her. And please, if you haven't done so already, I want you to wear a mask, or I want you to, like, you know, get the vaccination. Have a happy holiday season, everybody. See you later. Bye.